Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. DMV employees in California allegedly accepted tens of thousands of dollars in bribes to skip license tests, officials say. Prosecutors say a network of DMV, which is the Department of Motor Vehicles employees based at a California office, accepted tens of thousands of dollars in bribes to give people driver's licenses without passing the necessary tests. The Los Angeles Times reported this on Monday. One of the DMV employees, 44-year-old Giovanna Tamika Nettles, pleaded guilty to mail fraud for accepting the cash bribes while she was a manager at a DMV office in Lincoln Park, according to the Times. And you can find this also on Twitter. Los Angeles Times is on Twitter. It's at LA Times. At State Department of Motor Vehicles offices in Torrance and Lincoln Park, workers have accepted tens of thousands of dollars in payoffs. Federal prosecutors say the scale of the graph is not yet clear. Nettles was reportedly part of a conspiracy with her colleagues to give people passing scores on their written and driving tests in exchange for cash, and is the fifth former DMV employee in Southern California to admit to being part of the scheme. Okay. The network was uncovered after a DMV investigator noticed that the Torrance office was processing driver's license applications in a suspicious manner. According to the Times, the investigator was ultimately led to Huel Kennedy, a DMV employee who admitted to accepting more than $50,000 total in bribes on a weekly basis. The head of the conspiracy was Atancio Villegas, a licensed registration examiner at the Torrance office between 2010 and 2016, prosecutors say, according to the Times. In March, Villegas pleaded guilty to mail fraud and described how between 2016 and 17, a network of brokers would act as middlemen by forwarding bribes from aspiring drivers to the DMV employees after getting in touch with him. The bribes were regular. Villegas and other DMV employees would accept them at least several times a week. His plea agreement reportedly stated DMV employees who were in on the scheme would be approached by drivers who were told to enter the office and look for an employee window with a specific identifier. An informant helped lead law enforcement to more evidence of the bribes. Villegas reportedly admitted that an informant paid a broker $3,000 in exchange for a commercial truck driver's license upgrade, which that's a CDL. Villegas would place the bribes in the DMV employees' lockers, according to the Times. In 2015, 6 people, including 3 workers for California's DMV, were charged with conspiring in a bribery scheme that involved issuing driver's licenses to drivers of 18-wheel cargo trucks in exchange for up to $5,000 each, according to the Baltimore Sun. More than 100 commercial driver's licenses were reportedly issued in the scheme, and the truckers who were given the licenses were involved in 23 non-fatal accidents while driving with the licenses. Whoa. Okay, so man, dog, it is crazy out here. So so basically, man, they was making bank over there. They basically were scamming and they were passing people along. And I see that happens. And I can see why, because see, this is the problem. This is what happens when you're doing a scheme of this magnitude. You have to, if you're in a position where you're a manager and you're at the top of the list, why would you torpedo your career like that? I mean, for real. It's like, look, it's only so long you're going to scam. These are the new days. You can't do what you used to do in the past. In the past, they could get away with this because everything was paperwork. There really wasn't a lot of electronic and a lot of things going here and there. And then you got to understand, if you're passing people along, you put people's lives in danger on the road, especially if you just give anybody a CDL. Those trucks weigh a lot. And if they hit a car, even one of them little mini, them little mini cars, I like to call them the little Hot Wheel cars, man, them things are gonna get squished and people lose their lives. Thank God that it wasn't any fatal accidents that happened, because if it was, man, that would have been lawsuits for the company who hired these truckers who you passed along just to say, oh, you could pass along, you're good. That's not cool. You have to understand, every night it's some people you probably passed who bribed you, who were great at what they did. They just probably don't test well, because you have that. There, a lot of the best teachers are the ones who don't test well. Seriously, because they built up people's skills. They know the material they're teaching the kids. It's just that they're not great testers. And you have a lot of people who pass their tests who really aren't good drivers or good teachers. So it's kind of an in between. But still, you cannot. Now, the driver licenses, you can't do that either, because that's why we have a lot of accidents. There's a lot of deaths going on because you're just giving licenses to people who really are inept at driving. They're not great drivers at all. So we have to be careful. And the people that they gave the licenses and all that to from the bribery, do they get their stuff revoked and they have to go back? I think so. We got to look more. I'll look more into it. But for right now, they've been caught. This is crazy. If you're going to do a scam, please do not jeopardize a job. That if you need your job, don't jeopardize it, because that will be on your record for years to come. And that will make it difficult for you to have a job or even be able to work a significant job, because that's on your record. And they'll be watching you and you won't be hired. And then the lady, I think, sounded like she was either white or black. I don't know, probably black or white. Really doesn't matter to me. It's just you messed your career up by doing this. So let me know in the comment section what you think. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you like what you hear, you can donate to the page by Cash Apping me at the word welcome, the number 2, and then HDIITV. Thank you for listening, and we're out. Deezy.